Hi there and welcome to another installment of what we can do with our Stampin' Up stamp pads. Now, if you remember, what we need to do is look for the coloured end, pop, flip and slide. Now you'll notice that this is a brand new ink pad and you can see that when I slide it can be a little bit sticky, so all you need to do is just give it a few slides along and that will make it loosen up. Okay, so today we're going to look at our ink pads and how we can use them for watercolouring. So Stampin' Up actually sells watercolour paper and we also sell StazOn, which is a waterproof ink. So for our first example today I'm going to take an image from the Fun and Fast note. I'm going to take the little birdie there. Just going to ink that up and stamp down. Okay, now you might notice on this stamp there is a sentiment that says thanks, I needed that. And what I've actually done is I've trimmed the sentiment and just added it to the bottom of my block so that if I just want the image I can use it that way, and if I want the sentiment I can use that separately. So now we have our little birdie, and the way you want to use your ink pad for watercolouring is while the ink pad is closed, just give it a press, then pop it, flip it, and we're not going to slide because what you can see here is some ink on the lid of our ink pad. We're going to take an aqua painter, which is a paintbrush filled with water. Just going to pick up some of that ink off the lid of our stamp pad, and then I'm going to just colour this little bird like so. Now if I want my colour to be darker, then I'll just brush that off and I'll pick up some more ink off the lid of my ink pad. Just like that. Now, with the aqua painter all you need to do is scribble off to get it ready for your next colour. So I think we'll have a little pink flower. Again, just squeeze the lid, pop and flip. Then we've got some pink ink ready to be painted on to our flower. And you can see now that the pink is getting a little bit lighter. I'm just going to pick up some more ink with my aqua painter and get that darkness back in there. Right, so just like that, and again just scribbling off to clean my brush, and you can see that now it's running clear, which means it's nice and clean. So there we have one little image done, and I'm just going to show you another example, again using my watercolour paper and my StazOn ink, and this time I'm going to use 5th Avenue Floral, the stamp set, and I'm going to create a background. So I'm going to ink up my stamp, and this one, because the image is a little bit larger than the ink pad, I'm going to take the pad to the stamp. I'm going to stamp that there, and there. And I might take another one of the images, get some ink on that, stamp that one there, and maybe another one up here. Alright, so pop those away. Another thing about the StazOn ink pad is it actually has a little protective cover, and that actually stops the pad from drying out. So you want to make sure that you keep that on there. A handy hint, a glue dot. If you pop a glue dot onto the lid of your protective cover, then that will hold your Stays On protective cover and your lid together, so that when you open it, it will all come off together. Haven't done that with this one as yet though. Okay, so again I'm just going to grab some Kiwi Kiss with a press and a flip. Pick up my colours and I'm just going to colour in randomly. And I'm just going to make this a multicoloured image. Just going through there, just see what this turns out like. Grab some of the Baja Breeze. Then I'll put some through here, and like I said, I'm just making this up as I go along, just so you can see how easy it is to use. I'll add some pink into the mix, the Pixie Pink. Now I don't want this to be quite so dark, so I'm just going to give my pen a little squeeze and get some extra water in there. And that's going to make it not quite so dark. And right up there. And just keep going until you've got it all coloured the way that you would like it. So I'm going to finish this off and come back with the completed sample for you to see. But in the meantime, that is how easy it is to use the stamp pads for watercolouring. See you in a jiffy. Alrighty, I'm back, and so you can see that I have completed this card. I've trimmed down the watercolour paper and just made this a little small card. I've taken the sentiment from Thank You Kindly, and then I have used the eyelet border punch just to create a pretty little border down the bottom. So I've mounted it onto Pixie Pink cardstock so that I can match my colours, and then I've stamped in Baja Breeze, mounted onto Baja Breeze cardstock to match the colour of the bird. So that's that one, and I bet you're wondering what my colourful Fifth Avenue floral turned out like. And here it is here. Now I actually brought in some more colours. I grabbed some Pacific Point and I've added another shade of blue, and I also added some green velour just for some extra shades of green. And then again I have mounted onto the Baja Breeze just to bring in my Baja Breeze colour there. Tied my ribbon with the basic grey taffeta, and I've also added my Pixie Pink with a scallop border. So that's how we can use our ink pads for watercolouring with our aqua painter. If you've got any questions or comments, you can email me, phone me, or leave a comment. Alright, thanks for stopping by.